Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh man. Hey, look here, man. I want to start off by saying good morning to y'all. And then I want to start off by saying F Donald J. Trump. Yeah, I said it. I know y'all think I'm MAGA. I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying it, but I want to say it again. F Donald J. Trump. It's all his fault. Everything is fault. I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad at Donald Trump. I see the light. Yeah, man. F Donald Trump. I want him out of office immediately. I need him out of office by noon. You heard what I said, Jasmine? Can I get the number now? Nah, F Donald Trump. Yeah. I don't fuck with no Donald Trump. F Donald Trump. Nah, I'm gonna tell you why I said F Donald Trump. I need him out of there by high noon. Because people like to play with you, man. People play too much. And I've had a series of people playing with me and trying to raise my blood pressure, you know. Old people used to tell me, don't raise my blood pressure up, boy. And now I know why they say that. They used to say that. Because I don't like my blood pressure being raised. And my blood pressure raised up 2 times yesterday. 3 times. And the reason why it's Donald J. Trump fault is because the people that was raising my blood pressure happened to be female. And one of the females now apologized to me today, and she said, "You know, I said some things to try to goddamn gonna make you mad like me." I said, "Why in the hell? Who the fuck taught you to be so dumb?" I said, "Why in the world would you ever try to make me feel like you? So you want me, a man, standing 7 foot tall, 276 pounds of unfiltered, rawhide, no purification done, just regular. I ain't been purified. I ain't been tamed. I ain't been none of that. Just regular rawhide, 7 foot man. You want to make me feel like you, a woman?" I said, "Are you going to take responsibility for somebody getting hurt or unalive?" She go, "What you mean? I ain't did nothing." I said, "You would be complicit. You trying to make me feel like you? What the fuck would you want to make a man feel like a woman for? That would mean I would be emotional. And the moment somebody or anybody my size, any male that gets emotional, there's not going to be a good outcome." "Yeah, but you really wasn't saying nothing. And I was trying to get you to understand my point." "Yeah, because I'm a man. I'm letting you get your shit off. But don't try to make me emotional. Don't you ever do no shit like that again. To no man. That was stupid." So yeah, the reason why it's Donald J. Trump fault, because the other female, she, basically like, fuck you. So boy, look at here, that other one, I probably would have identified. So now that Trump in office, I can't identify. I would have identified and I would have showed her, goddamn it, this is why you should respect what the fuck I'm saying. Yeah. I couldn't kick her ass as a man, but I probably would have been Bruce Jenner for like 2 seconds. I would have had a touch of Bruce Jenner to kick her mother. Ooh, whoa. I was hot, boy. This is why I'm hot. So I'm a social distance myself from a few people. Because once people start breaking down their level of respect for you and you kind of trying to tell them, listen, this is how I need to be respected. And young men, this is how you got a social distance. You can't really do nothing to a female, right? So when they're not respecting your mind, you just got to ignore it and it'll go away. And you let that be somebody else's headache. It'll be good for a while. They'll enjoy bouncing on that booty like I did, but they'll see what I saw. Let them get that headache. Because there's always more booty to bounce on. Trust and believe. But yeah, so Trump, this is your fault. I need you out by high noon. But listen. Let me hit this swagger dash because we might not need Trump out because I might go ahead and calm down and say, fuck that trick. Fuck that bid. You know what I mean? And then Trump don't need to go nowhere. Am I going to speak on the simp from Michigan? Man, listen, man. This is why you're supposed to social distance. But the young man from Michigan, right? Hey, he was having his way until he wasn't. You know, this is what happened when you live in sin. There's always a risk. You know, there's always a risk. But not only is there a risk because you living in sin and you married, but on top of that, how in the hell you get this emotional? You know what you're doing. As a man, you got to weigh out the cost. Are you willing to accept if it go bad? Is it worth it? Most men make the decision and say no. But if you getting into that game, you already know it's going to cost you. So after you get caught, take your lick like a man. Shit, here you go, baby. Get what you want. Shit, I'm going to go out here and just, have fun now. But to crash out the way he crashed out, I don't know. They might need to check and see if that dude got CTE or something. I don't know. $30 million and you out this motherfucker smashing secretary? And not only, like, I understand college degrees are great, and he had a college degree, but sometimes street smarts is the best smart. Because I ain't gonna lie, you was the coach from Michigan. You already pay for some hookers. Ain't no way. Man, I would have been wallet mouth. What? I would have been on all them sites. Look here. Yeah, I need a call, girl. Uh-huh. Fine, motherfucker. Yeah. How much? 1,500? 2,000? Okay, cool. Here you go, baby. That's nothing compared to this 55% raise I was about to give this one chick. You just a stupid cheater. If you gonna cheat and do all that, don't be a dummy. Don't be a wallet mouth like Shannon Sharp, $23 million for some booty or however much he paid. Now this other dude just lost 30 million. Y'all black men, y'all gotta wake up and do like the white men. They cheat and they cheat the right way. They use their own goddamn money or they use their company money too. But they more generous. They buy them a car, they buy them a house, they hit it, and then they leave them alone. That's what y'all got to start doing. Cheat responsibly. Give them $2,000-3,000, get the hell on. There's a lot of girls. Go to the hood with $2,000-3,000. You can get 4-5 of them. The hell you doing getting caught up in a scandal and you got $30 million? The hell wrong with you? Nigga crazy. That's why it's all good in the hood, baby. That's why I never lose my ghetto pass. My low-class ghetto ass definitely use my ghetto pass. What? Well, I gotta listen to Trick Daddy today. Yeah, man. That's why you can't lose your ghetto pass. You $30 million, you getting caught up in scandals. What the man, if you was down there with a Boo Keisha, she wouldn't have told shit. That's enough to get Kool-Aid. That's enough to get the light paid. Hell, that's enough to start her a little pop-up shop. He give Boo Keisha $2,000 every time he come by there. Shit. Come on, man. With that bullshit. And if you wanted a white girl, it's white girls in the hood too. It look better than that one. He got, man, y'all brothers got to come back home, man. Come back to the hood, man. Y'all too busy out here in the suburbs and shit. And why the hell you got to buy coochie in the first place? Don't you think you handsome? There's a lot of girls out there like sleeping with married men. What the fuck? When these girls see the ring on your finger, they just want to take you from another woman. You ain't got to pay them. You just got to have fun with them. Girls just want to have fun. Didn't you hear the fucking song? Oh, girls just want to have fun. Put that goddamn song on, take some shots, and they'll do the rest. You ain't got to do nothing in this day and age. Hell, just put on motherfucking all these girls telling other women what to do. Yeah, all the music telling the girls what to do. All you got to do is bring a girl over, put a song on, shake that ass just like your friend, bitch. Yeah. Shake that ass just like your friend, bitch. Yeah. And I know some of y'all gonna say, what did he say? Yeah. I said, shake that ass just like your friend, bitch. Yeah. Shake that ass just like yeah, that's a song. And guess what happens? Those of you that think they're gonna get offended by that, oh no, they don't get offended. Guess what they do? They turn their ass around, they shake their ass just like their friend, bitch. So yeah, the music telling them what to goddamn do. So what is are you crazy? You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to say nothing. This music got these people in a trance. You get 2-3 girls together and y'all hang out a little bit and play Sexy Red, play these goddamn women. I ain't got no nigga and no nigga ain't got me. I got my attitude up. Just play that type of shit. I guarantee you're going to score. You ain't even got to think. How the hell y'all niggas having coochie problems with these girls singing and these dudes singing this shit? How y'all having coochie problems? Boy, don't let me jump back out in these streets. I got a Sprinter van. I'll get that motherfucker cleaned up and I'll open that door and have that music blasting. Shake your ass just like your friend, bitch. Ugh. Shake that ass just like your friend, bitch. Yeah. Yeah. And just pull up to the club. Hey, what's up, baby? Anybody want to get in? Shit, they gonna jump up in that motherfucker. That's our culture today. How the hell y'all niggas having problems getting girls? It's the music. You don't gotta say nothing. All you gotta do is just shut the fuck up. Don't talk too much. Shit that ass just like your friend, bitch. All right, let me get into the content. Y'all knew I was crazy. Shit, I had a bad day yesterday, so I'm gonna have a great one today. I spoke it into existence. I'm gonna have a great day today. Come out like roaches. Y'all ain't know I was crazy, but I tell the truth though. Y'all see, you know what it is though. So many men been lying so much and staying away from their true nature so long, listening to all this goddamn soft bubblegum shit that they actually think, happy birthday, Cino. That's what I'm talking about. Man, you got to go live, man. We got to have birthday donation. Just don't do that birthday shot shit. They're going to have you fucked up. Yeah, man. But that, Negroes been not saying what they really want to say. So they get around their friends and say whatever. I know a lot of Negroes speak. I'm speaking, you know, they living vicariously through me. I'm saying what they want to say to their girl. Like, this shit crazy, man. The Michigan coach get caught up in a scandal. You the Michigan coach, man. What the hell is wrong with you? I'd have went in the summertime. I'd have went goddamn overseas somewhere. I'd have been paying like a motherfucker. Look here, Maylene. You don't know nothing about Michigan, do you? No. I'm just here to love you long time. That's right, Maylene. That's what I want to hear. Here go another 100. The hell? Shit, boy, you crazy. You done lost it all. And then he want to get up in there and cry, talking about my blood is gonna be on your hands. No, the hell it ain't. I ain't gonna feel nothing. You a grown ass man talking about somebody's blood gonna be on your head. Yo, shut your big overgrown. You made that decision. It wasn't no blood gonna be on. You was trying to get coochie on your hand, so you wasn't thinking about that shit when you was out there freaking and geeking. So we don't want to hear that now. Nigga, get caught up in a scandal like a man. Hey, look here, baby. I apologize. I was quiet, tearing some ass up. I'm sorry, baby. Now she got a choice to make. She can leave, but most of these niggas out here quiet, tearing some ass up too. So if you worth the salt on your back, she might stay because she gonna get another nigga that's gonna probably quietly tear some ass up too. I'm just telling you. Oh, I forgot. Black men don't cheat. he try to put a color on cheating. Go to the strip club right now. Half of them motherfuckers in there married businessmen telling their wife they had a meeting. And they do have a meeting. It's just at the strip club where they can have dinner, a stripper, and a drink. But they have a meeting though. They is at a meeting. Because a lot of these strip clubs done got smart. They put five-star restaurants right there in the goddamn strip club. Baby, I'm going to get some crab legs. Okay, honey, bring me some back. She just don't know I'm going to the strip club to get these motherfucking crab legs. They got the best crab legs. What the hell you doing in the strip club, baby? I told you I was going to get crab legs. What the hell you running up on me like that for? I told you I was going to get crab legs. You ain't tell me it was no strip club. That ain't what we were talking about. We were talking about crab legs. See, you always trying to be slick. I ain't being slick. I was talking about crab legs. I told you what I was doing. Now you getting all deep off in my business now, trying to tell me where I can go now. What wrong with you? I told you I was honest. I said I was getting crab legs. I ain't say I was gonna be looking at some, some legs. Strip clubs ain't cheating. It's a gateway. It's a gateway drug to cheating. Yeah, strip clubs is a gateway. I stopped going to the strip club. I used to go to the strip club all the time. I stopped going to the strip club. It's a gateway. Sometimes you don't get none the first day, but it's a gateway. That's all I do. It's definitely a gateway. You spend a lot of time in the strip club, something gonna happen. So, But listen, man, you say they like you more when you keep it honest with them. Yeah, that's my fucking problem. My girl never liked me, but let me get to the content, man. Joy Reid is saying that Stephen A. Smith is a no good son B. She said that Stephen A. Smith is hired to talk about black men, black and brown people in a disparaging way. And that's what he gets paid to do. Joy Reid, I didn't have to go to the university or whatever you went to, the great university. And you know what I think is going to happen? A lot of people are going to start saying the same things that I've been saying on the internet. And because I'm not degreed and because I'm not in any groups and all these things, these people are going to start remixing what I'm saying and say the exact same thing. And then people are going to start to listen. When I said Stephen A. Smith was paid to do that, I gave more examples than just myself so that people can stop saying, well, you're only saying that because you're mad at Stephen A. I gave an example of Kyrie Irving. I gave an example of every time there's a white man that does things, he's always an ally or a friend. And when a black man does something, they need to be taught a lesson. We watch Dana White do something that I've never seen done. Actually hit a woman, which would be career suicide for any black man. Any black man in the United States hit a black woman and has money and status like Dana White, his life would be over. All of those white corporate sponsors would pull out. So cancel culture in itself has a race and it has a gender and it has a target, and it's us. It's us black males, because there's no way if a black man did what Dana White did, he can continue having a slap league. He can continue running a UFC. He can walk out with the president. A black man would have been shamed, ridiculed. Every black man would have been talking about him. No white man got in Dana White business. Harvey Levin let him say whatever he wanted, and then he left. Not all white women got in Dana White business. But if black women would have saw a black woman that she don't even know get hit on screen, then black women as a whole would have collectively canceled that black man. Floyd Mayweather did 90 days in jail, and I never seen a picture of a bruise on the woman that he hit. I never saw a video of Floyd Mayweather hitting a woman. But if you look up domestic violence, you will see a picture of Floyd Mayweather. Athletes, domestic violence, Floyd Mayweather will come up. They make us black men the poster child for the dumb shit. And I said exactly what Joy Reid said years prior to Joy Reid, and nobody listened. I said, you black people, you niggas is what I said. I said, y'all getting up on TV trying to act like y'all special, but y'all ain't nothing but some boys. I said, y'all got white zaddies and you're in a go along, get along gang, and you're paid and you Negroes are hired. And Joy Reid, unfortunately for you, it's you too. I know you want to target Stephen A, and you're a black woman, so now he's really going to be targeted. But unfortunately, Joy Reid, it's you too. You're a part of the mainstream media that pushes a narrative and agenda just like Stephen A. Your agenda is just different. Your agenda is to look and sound and act like a black woman because you are a black woman, but you're not a United States born and bred white black woman. You're not. So your job is to identify and look like the sisters and keep them misled and misguided because you're successful, Joy Reid. Why don't you tell the sisters how you made it? Instead of telling them how hard it is, tell them how you overcame it, though. Let's start breathing life into people. The educated people always fear mongering to the uneducated instead of making them more educated by just giving them the tools that it takes for them to succeed. Joy Reid is just like Stephen A. They're gatekeepers to keep people at a lower class through lesser, low vibrational thoughts. She's educated enough to have a conversation with women that they'll listen. But see, my training comes from experience through life and not through a book. See, there's education. You're going to learn. See, old school people tell you, I don't know how you're going to learn it. I don't know when you're going to learn it. But one thing about life is you're going to learn. See, life has a way of teaching you. And so, although I do agree with Joy Reid, I can't say that I'm happy that it always take a black woman before anybody would listen. I don't want nobody to placate to me and call me a king. There are no black kings. We're not treated like no king. When a black man says something, no one listens. We got to rally behind a woman. We got to package our message through our black woman who's now become our king. And that's why it's called Woman King in the goddamn movies. We can't come out and say a damn thing as men without somebody trying to rake us over the coals. So we got to package our message through a black woman because that's who we want to be king. And that's kind of interesting because I come from an area where black women, although they had a great, strong, powerful voice and they can direct a lot of things. But when it came to leadership, where I'm from, the men led, but the women led through their femininity. They wasn't loud, they wasn't aggressive, but when a woman felt uncomfortable, they always had men to come bring swift justice because they were women. They didn't come out and get in the streets like men. They stayed in the house. They were women. So we had the world now saying, yeah, Stephen A is fucked up. And this is why I like to be by myself because I can't do this fake, fickle shit. I can't do it. Everybody was loving Stephen A. Smith when he was talking about them black athletes. Some of these people remember all the shit Stephen A. said. They remember his lines verbatim when he disrespecting a black man. But you want me to be happy that Joy Reid, a black woman, said something, and now all of a sudden she can dissuade your opinion about Stephen A. First, Stephen A. was funny as hell. First, Kwame Brown is just being sensitive. Now a black woman says something. Oh yeah, you know what? She's right. To come to think of it, Stephen A. ain't shit. Fucking brainwashed little imbeciles, little weaklings. Call yourself a fucking king, but you got to be directed by a woman. You can't listen to your brethren. It got to be told to you by a woman, huh? Everybody was loving Stephen A. Don't cry. I'm tired of black men crying. Black fatigue, when I was trying to tell you. Joy Reid tell you now you listen. Well, I'd be. Well, I'd be. You don't say. I wonder why that is. I wonder how we've been conditioned to tell a man he's crying. Because you know, if a man stopped crying, if a man stopped talking, well, you know the necessary thing after that, right? You should encourage men to talk more. You should listen with a keen ear when a man is talking, not to try to shame and belittle and say he's crying. Because if a man no longer engage in a conversation, then you know what happens after that, right? I don't like where this shit is going. I looked online and everybody mindlessly just openly agreed with Joy Reid. All of a sudden, it was instantaneous. And just a month or two ago, Stephen A could do no wrong. Just a month or two ago, Stephen A could do no wrong. Musso, come and defend your position, or you already know what's going to happen. Musso said, damn, you really hate black women. I come from a black woman. I gave black women the highest praise when I said mama's cooking, but that's there for a select few. But I want to know, what am I saying that says I can't stand black women? Because I'm pointing out the fact that Stephen A was just beloved a week ago because a black woman said he was no good. All of a sudden, now you can't stand Stephen A. You don't see that your opinions are being dissuaded through people and propaganda. You change the person and nobody would listen. You put a white woman there and you would not listen to that story. It would not get the biggest praise that it's getting now. You put a black man there, it wouldn't be a big story. You put a black woman there, now people believe it. Why is that? Who conditioned us to think that? Just a week ago, Stephen A could do no wrong. Stephen A has been fired one time before because of black women, but because of his statements about black women. Now, once again, Stephen A may be terminated again. So how did that just happen? How did you change your mind about Stephen A all of a sudden? Musso, I gave you enough time. Everybody know what to do with Musso. Get him up out of here. See, we're not going to hide behind statements like that. We're going to have conversations around what I'm saying, because what I'm saying sounds way more logical than what you're saying. Literally, just a month or two ago, Stephen A was saying he's going to run for president. Now, all of a sudden, because what Joy Reid said, Stephen A may get fired, which I don't believe, because Stephen A makes too much money for corporate sponsors. But the world listened, though. But although I agree with Joy Reid, why does it have to come from a black woman for people to believe it? Carcino has said it. Myself has said it. A lot of other men saw Stephen A for what he is. A lot of men saw Stephen A shucking and jiving for every white man that has a situation. Jerry Jones wasn't standing up there with that mob to try to keep black people out of the school. He was just curious. He just wanted to see what their hair looked like. He wasn't standing on the side of whites looking like, if you come up on these steps, I'm going to punch one of y'all in the face. No, that ain't what Jerry Jones was looking like when he was on those steps. Jerry Jones is my friend. This is crazy. This is crazy. We have to now say what it seems like every black man now has to get up under a woman. And I'm telling you right now, I won't do it. So if somebody don't like me or they're going to unsubscribe from me, I won't do it. You guys that's pandering and you guys that's foregoing your manhood and getting up under women, congratulations, you playing yourself. I don't want a woman that want to be stronger than me. There's no need for you if you're stronger than me. There's no need for me to be around you, because all we're going to do is fight. I want a woman that enjoys being a woman. So that way we know our jobs. We got a job to do. If we fighting about who is who and what's what, in the household, how the fuck we gonna do our job? KB, are they picking those types of men only? Yes. Yes. What I'm seeing, I don't like it. What I see now is that it's all propaganda. If I'm a white, corrupt businessman, I can pay black women a lot of money to package a message for me, and everybody would listen. Not to say that's what's happening, but I'm saying I'm starting to see that this is a possibility. If I was a corrupt white man, the way that black men are conditioned to listen to women, I would package my message through black women, and black women will force black men to listen. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I'm saying I can very easily see that happen. And in certain scenarios, it could be some people can probably prove that that's what's happening. Maybe not myself. I'm not that smart. I just see certain things. But people that can orate a little better than me, know history a little better than me, they probably can make a strong argument in a lot of scenarios that we can unfold that we are being brainwashed, and a lot of times our women are being complicit with this ideal of strength and this unhealthy need to this word strong and being associated with strength. And all it seems like is you got to do is say that to a woman as a white corrupt corporation. Give her a code of conduct and she'll destroy a man. And I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I'm saying I can very well easily see that happening. Because how did you just flip on Stephen A like that? How did people just flip on Stephen A like that? That's amazing. I want to harness that power. I want to be able to control that. How can I get a black woman that somebody listens to I can control what she's saying so that she can disseminate a message for me? Because that would be great. That is a lot of power, what I just saw. That was fucking a lot. I'm talking about every comment. You go look at the comment section. Oh, hell yeah. I believe her. I believe Joy Reid. I believe her. And then Eton Thomas gave it up to me, right? Shout out to Eton Thomas. Eton Thomas is the only one in the conversation. He said, wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me call all y'all in this conversation now. He said, well, he didn't say all y'all. He said, listen, when Kwame Brown said this, y'all said he was crazy. Y'all said he was angry. But now all y'all just hook, line, and sinker agree with Joy Reid? I did an interview with Eton yesterday on it. Shout out to my boy Eton. The media now want to change up the way they do media because Kwame Brown hit the scene, and now I'm not giving Bronny James no pass, even though I won't call him a bust and I won't disrespect him. But I brought it to the light of what they do to black males in the media, and now it's happening to one of their precious elite. Oh boy, they can't take it. Now it's, you know what? We got to change the way we do media. This is that. How? When Mike Wilbon and all of you motherfuckers were complicit in creating a culture where fans don't just enjoy the game, they enjoy talking shit to athletes because they hear y'all do it. A bunch of fat, meek neck, no athletic bone in your body, basically getting a mic to insult people on things that you cannot do. We used to not respect people if they couldn't do something that they're talking about. Now all you got to do is go get a journalism degree, and you could disrespect people that sacrifice and build their life around something. You could just disrespect them. And now Russell Westbrook, sorry, look, I just called him Westbrook. Top 75 great. It's etched in our brain to call him Westbrook from people who can't play basketball. Make it make sense. We're living in a world where a man with no legs can pick on somebody that has them and that can run. We're living in a world where all you have to do is talk. You don't got to actually do what it is that you say or you're criticizing. All you got to do is sound good. All the fucking dweebs are taking over. Revenge of the nerds is who are doing sports media today. Skip Bayless never made a high school team and played for real minutes, but he talks basketball as if he's an expert because he read a book and played on a high school team. Guy ain't shit. Stephen A., the most outlandish story, crack knee punk, got up here and he make names about basketball. He make jokes, and it's all a complicit. It's all a game. I asked a long time ago, why were you at those colleges, Stephen A.? And Negroes just laugh. They don't really see it. And that's the shame of it all. You Negroes are laughing when we're the most played with men in the world. And you Negroes are laughing. If it can happen to me, it can happen to your son. What would make an ESPN analyst go to high schools and colleges to do a stand-up comedic routine about how bad a person is at playing basketball? Basketball is to entertain. Basketball don't move no needle in fucking life. Who gives a shit who's bad at entertaining and who's good? You watch or don't watch. It's entertainment. But that's not what he was there to do. He was there to make sure you get in line. Don't try to be like a Kwame Brown. He was there to embarrass, disgrace, defame, even though it put me in a financial class that most of those people he was talking to had never achieved, even though he never talked about the discipline and what it takes to even be classified or considered for somebody to give me $12 million. No, they started writing articles saying I can't take laundry to the dry cleaners. Sally Jenkins won an award writing shit about me that they don't even know. She didn't even know what the fuck she's talking about. David Stern is bringing my names up in meetings. He's not talking about Kobe Bryant. He's not talking about Jermaine O'Neal. He's not talking about Al Jefferson. Well, I don't know if Al Jefferson was in the league at the time, but he's not talking about Al Harrington. He's not talking about all of the many high school players that have had long, great careers. 2 high school players we are saying is either 2 or 3 or in the top 5 of best players all time. But who did David Stern bring up in those meetings to use as a poster child to not let kids come out of high school? Kwame Brown. What was David Stern saying as validation? Because he had no validation. If you look up my transcript from Glenn Academy High School, I was on honor roll. If you go ask the University of Florida what year I was ready to go to the University of Florida, it's by my sophomore year. The end of my sophomore year, that summer, I was ready to go. Signed, sealed, delivered. So why would an NBA commissioner be saying things that somebody wrote in an article that has never been proven to be fact? Why would an NBA commissioner be repeating something that Sally Jenkins wrote as a fact on why, something that important, on why to not let kids come out of high school? And every article after and before Sally Jenkins was always negative. I remember getting a speeding ticket. They said, oh, he was on a motorcycle. They said, oh, he was doing this. They tried to void my contract saying that I was driving a motorcycle. I said, no, the fuck I wasn't. I was in a Mercedes Benz. Oh, he cried out to Michael Jordan. Why the fuck would I cry out to Michael Jordan? I done been shot at before I got to the league. I done been detained. This shit was like a walk in the park. Why would I cry out to Michael Jordan? But every article they wrote about me was the most disparaging, despicable article. Why was they doing that? Because at the time, they wanted to make sure that jersey sales for colleges keep going. We got to get Zion Williams in a Duke jersey. No, you can't come out of high school. Because, you know, Zion Williams is having a great career because he went to Duke, right? Oh, he's having a long-lasting career. Injured every goddamn season. But going to college, you know, it increased his trajectory, correct? No, going to college made sure that Duke University has a Zion Williams jersey, and they probably sold a lot of that shit. And if Zion Williams passed away, guess what happened? Duke jersey sales are going to go up. Everybody makes money off the nigga boy. And I'm just the type of nigga boy that I like to skip steps. I don't like you making money off of me. I like to make my own money and I like to keep it. So I skipped a step and I went straight to the money. Oh, it won't be no jersey sales sold to me at University of Florida. And oh boy, have I heard earful from Florida fans. So if they can't tell you why a kid shouldn't come out of college or come right out of high school, because Trajan Langdon, he went to Duke, great at Duke. I mean, all world at Duke. Got to the league, not so much. Not so much. Do you know how much money that a college campus take in when they get a McDonald's All-American on their campus? All you got to do if you want to know why things happen, if you want to know why the media love talking about Kwame Brown, because Kwame Brown ruins all of the excuses that the people make to get your money. I'm an anomaly and you just don't see it. I'm a black guy, a black man from the hood. No. Let's say it how it is. A cheese line nigga went to the #1 draft pick. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm a Manor House cheese line nigga that made it to the #1 draft pick. And everybody keep trying to examine how the fuck I played basketball and not how the fuck I did that. And that's the shame of it all. That's the shame of it all. Why are you concerned with how I played basketball? Basketball was just a fucking vessel. It was just a tool to get me where the fuck I wanted to be, which is out of the hood. But we're not going to break down the science of why every kid should be a bust. We're going to talk about how they should play basketball. A cheese line nigga made it to the #1 draft pick. That's why Gilbert and a lot of these people hate me. Because I'm not just no basketball player. And you can't control my mouth because I done ate too much government fucking cheese. And I done seen the poorest of the poorest of us. Do you know what it smelled like in a mental house? Do you know what it smelled like in a homeless shelter where motherfuckers ain't washed for 7, 8, 10 days a month? You know what that smell like? I do. You can keep talking about 6 points. You can talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. Why you think I'm so patient but so serious? Why you think I talk with a confidence that I just always know it's going to be all right? But nobody asks the real questions. Nobody asked the real questions. I told you we're in metaverse already because you can say anything about a black man that you call a king. But I said this before in my previous lives. If I was a black woman, Stephen A. Smith would have been fired. He would have never been able to talk to me like that. So now we let out the merchant of death for a black woman who just so happened to say she was a man. But when they wanted to let her out, guess what they said she was? A black woman. Because ain't nobody coming for no man. And y'all don't see it. Those of you who are birthing sons, you ought to just look at your boy and just cry. Because you birthing a boy in a world that he can't be a man in because you let him down. I'm listening to man after man placate to bullshit. Although I would never put a woman down, I would never put a woman above me, though. I would put her beside of me. I wouldn't put her under me because she's just as important in her own way. When people know their roles, you star in your role. One of the best things Phil Jackson ever said to me, he said, listen, the reason why things don't work out for people is because they always try to fight against what is right because they fighting for what they want. So he said, on this team, we're going to let you know your role. You buy into your role, whether you like it or not. Try it before we trade you. Because we're going to trade you as if you don't buy into your role. That's just the way it works. So know your role, star in your role. Star in your role, and you'll make it a better overall team. Know your role, star in your role. And right now, nobody know their role. Everybody jumping across lanes trying to just take the spotlight instead of starring in their lane. Stay in your lane, star in your lane. Setting picks, good job, boy. You still talking about basketball. You don't get it. It's okay. It ain't for you to get it. You keep telling jokes. I like telling jokes too. Keep telling jokes. I like telling jokes too. Let's get into the funny. Y'all ain't ready for this serious conversation. I'm starting to hurt feelings now because if I had to make you think about what's actually being done, and then you have to look at yourself in the mirror knowing that you ain't going to do a damn thing about it, then you would probably feel bad. So yeah, let me make you laugh. Let me make you laugh because I know you ain't going to do nothing about it. So let me just make you laugh. That's why we like to have fun so much, because we ain't going to do nothing about what we see. They got us. Most of our men, we praise guns now. And the white man control the bullets. So now you got a bunch of dudes that can't fight. But we men. So let's get to the funny. Well, it's not really funny. It's actually sad. Because this is what me and Carcino was trying to warn Gilbert Arenas about. It's okay to make money. That's fine. Everybody make money. The ebb and flow of life, the ups and the downs, you're going to always make money. But the problem is the type of money you make. The problem is, are you in control of your money? The problem is, are you in control of how you eat? And unfortunately, the setup that Gilbert Arenas has, he doesn't. He doesn't control whether someone's hired. He doesn't control whether someone's fired. He makes a lot of money though, and that's fine. I never said the goal is to make a lot of money for most people. But my goal in life is to make money that people can't take from me. My goal in life is to make money and control the environment that I'm in, and all of which I'm doing now. And so I'm comfortable with where I'm at. And well, actually, I'm not. You never get too comfortable. But I'm saying I'm good what I'm doing, and I'm going to do more of what I'm doing. I don't know why people are in an internet world in this day and age. Why do you feel that you need somebody else to make you into something? And we were trying to talk ownership. Um, he didn't get it because he's coming from a perspective of wanting to be a star. And I told y'all, stars are not born, they're created. And most of these people that are on these podcasts, that you guys think that these are the number one podcasts, they're really not. It's just the algorithm. That's why they created this thing called the algorithm. And then we're all happy about it. We even use the word now. Oh yeah, you out of the algorithm. Why is there an algorithm? What is the purpose of this algorithm? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? It's horrible because now it allows for people to turn your TV off when you say things that they don't like. And so if you're not saying things that's of the mainstream media, then you're out of the algorithm. It's a very easy way to control people. And we like being controlled because now we say that word. We say that word. Now we're saying toxic masculinity. And if you take the examples of what they're saying is toxic behavior in a male, when it transfer over to a female, they don't have toxic femininity. It's just bad behavior. We don't need to create another word for that. All we need to do is watch behavior. There's good and bad behavior. Let's not identify it as masculine because women show some horrible behavior too. Some, not all. So we got to stop subscribing to words that are really just designed to attack males. Behavior, good behavior should be rewarded. Bad behavior should be punished, and it shouldn't be identified as male and female, masculine or feminine. It's just bad behavior. But all liberal females are toxic femininity. Yeah, they'll yell at you, get in your face. You fucking asshole. I'm like, do you want to get talked to like that? You're not gonna talk to me any kind of way. Bitch, you yelling right in my face. I didn't think that was in question. So why are you saying it? Listen to me, bitch. I hear you. Why you calling a bitch? You acting like one. And the more logical you are, the more crazy they get. I'm not saying you're a bitch all the time, but in this moment, you actually are bitchy. In this very moment, you're acting like a bitch. And I want to be able to say that without you taking away from me as a man. I'm talking about your behavior, lady. You change your behavior, you go right back to being a lady. We all have bad moments, but we damn sure got to identify them as something. I can't smack you. So you don't want me to say nothing to you? I can't smack you. I can't say you're a bitch. I just got to give you nice words all the time. No, fuck you. You are acting like a bitch. Stop it. Very simple. Motherfuckers want to be talked nice to all the time. And every behavior you want to be talked nice to? Why? You don't do that with your kids. Think about it. People are starting to do that on Instagram. They're starting to show their interaction with their kids where they trying to, because kids are a little terrorists sometimes. You try to tell your kid nicely, go to your room, do this. What do? I don't want to go to my room. And what do you have to do? You have to let them know. Get your little ass to your goddamn room before I fuck you up. And that's when they go to their room. Do it actually mean you're gonna mess them up? No. You're upset with the behavior. So why on God's green earth are they trying to turn everybody into weenie dog? Why? We do this with our own children. So why are they trying to act like that's not human nature? They want to take human nature from us now. When we see something that's bitchy, we say it. This shit don't make no kids be punching their mother across the face and she smiling. Shit. Not my mama. If I would have raised my hand up, my mom would have probably took that arm off with that butcher knife and would have told the police she did it. Yeah, you damn right I cut his arm off. I brought him in this world. He lucky I ain't kill his ass. Shit. Oh, my mom would have said. My mom would have cut that arm off right there. I ain't even put it on ice. He should have never raised that goddamn arm to me. She knew she could have put my arm on ice to save it. I was just having a bad moment. Nah, my mom probably would have put it on ice for me. Yeah, I cut it off for now, but I know he gonna need that goddamn arm. I put it on ice. Go on in there and get it. Shit crazy, man. They want to turn everybody into weenie dogs like they don't understand human nature. And then when people have conversations with me, I be like, yo, why do y'all fall for this brainwash? I told, you see what you just did to your daughter right there? Yeah, her ass ain't want to go in the room. Yeah. You see how you raised your voice at her to get her to go in the room? You didn't want to do that. You wanted to get her to listen to you, right? Yeah. That was human nature, right? You still love her, right? Yeah. All right, then. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about expressing yourself. You do this with your own children. Sino looks like Diddy. What the? Yeah, these are cultural weenie dogs, man. Oh, you talking to a woman like that? What are you talking about? She'll talk to your ass like that. Like, shut up, boy. Don't get in my business. Don't you get? Don't get in my business now. We can fight each other. Don't you get in my goddamn business. I'm sorry, nigga. Mind your business. But as always, as per usual, the black hole strikes again. I told Sino, man, I say, hey man, Sino, I don't know what I say, y'all got to be real cousins or something. Because the frequent level of the texting, how much Gilbert texts Sino is crazy to me. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, let me play this. Yeah, the frequent level of how he texts Sino is unbelievable. You would think Sino played on the same team as this dude. I thought I want to ask Sino, did you play with Gilbert Arenas and I just ain't know about it? Sino must have been that dude that was quiet in the locker room that got traded to our team for the 10-day contract. Can't remember his name. But he texts Sino all the time. It's fucking weird. It's almost like he's in a competition with Sino. And instead of just listening, because I don't know, for whatever reason, Sino just give good advice just on accident. He'll be fucking with Gilbert, talking to him a little bit, but still giving him good advice that he should use. And most often he do use it. He uses the advice. I don't understand why he don't just make Sino an ally and like pay him instead of just beefing with him. I think that's stupid. But see, Gilbert got this type of ego that he got to win. He feels like Sino challenged him like a man now, so he got to win. He got to beat him. If he was smart, he'd say, you know what? This guy's an asset. I'm not going to beef with this dude. I fuck this little boyish game. He actually says things that I could use. He knows what he's doing. So let me listen. Because everything that he's going through now, I promise you, mostly Sino told him. And I told him some things as well. But mostly Sino told him, look, bro, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. They're going to start downsizing you here. And the whole time, instead of Gil, no, they're not. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have a deal like Shannon Shaw. I'm the number one show. Shannon Sharp, people want to work with me. I'm going to take Shannon Sharp's guy. Richard Jefferson don't know nothing. He's more so doing this the whole time instead of just listening to the game that he's receiving. And that's why I say I can't be around this dumb motherfucker. He getting free game. Yes, you getting a check, but you don't got no control, and they don't give you no respect. So now everybody could be on the line to get fired out of this man's basement. Now, how is that gonna look when if Gil get fired, they no longer do the show, but Skip still coming to his house and Gil in a robe. Skip gonna goddamn write a letter. Look here, I don't want Gil talking to me when I'm coming to work. He no longer works here. I don't want him talking to me. He gonna be peeking around the corner. Hey, Skip, in his own damn basement. Hey, how you doing, Skip? That's crazy, man. And when I tried to tell the brother about financial freedom, he gets loud and over the top about the bag. But see, God don't play about me. I keep trying to tell people, God is not playing about me from here on out. You know how that dude that was yelling about Chief Keef? The next dude that say Chief Keef name, I swear to God. That dude right there with that type of energy, that's the type of energy God got about me right now. Y'all done talked about me, disrespected my name, lied on me enough. Trying to hide this greatness, this cracking enough. It's time to expose now how a nigga had a beautiful mind to get from the motherfucking cheese line to the number one draft pick. And if you think it was just about athletics and skill, when most of you motherfuckers think I wasn't skilled in the first place, yeah, God don't play about me. So he revealed the liar very quickly. I never said Gilbert Arenas wasn't successful. I never said he didn't make a lot of money. I never said that he couldn't win in the way that he was doing it. Only thing I said was you don't control it and you don't own it. Whoever hires and whoever fires is the motherfucker who run the show. Gilbert didn't even know the young lady got fired. He was sitting up there. This is supposed to be the boss. This is who you guys brag about is a boss. A Negro that when the people around him is asking him questions, he that's the boss? Nah, that ain't no boss shit there. You could miss me with that fool's gold. That's a high-paid Negro, like all of us once were high-paid Negroes. He's still a high-paid Negro, not a boss. And so I said to him, it's okay, brother. You go over here talking about I don't own nothing. I'm 100% of nothing. Can't nobody fire me though, Gil. Can't nobody fire me. You guys have been trying to make YouTube like a hiring and firing thing by the way you mass flag me and all the things they do to my channel. But I got a real life though. You have to be in that basement 2 days a week. I can go live from anywhere. Every YouTube content creator can go live from anywhere. It's a beautiful job. I don't know why people talk against it. You can do it the way you want to do. You can make it radio YouTube. You can make it a YouTube where you have an AI. You can make it to where you're just doing skillful things if you have talent. It's called YouTube for a reason. But it's a shame that he got up here and spoke against me when I never said he wasn't successful. I'm just saying he doesn't own it. And so when he got up here and said 50%, me and Sino knew that he was talking about a YouTube page. We know Gilbert. Gilbert likes to do misdirection. There's no such thing as 50-50 partners in a business that large. Somebody has to make the big decisions. So how are we going to be 50-50 partners and I make the decision? How are we going to write it up in the language that we do it that way? How? Somebody at least got to have 1% over the other one, don't they? Or did they get 50-50 percentage with the controlling options with Underdog? So 2 black women were fired. And now the rest of the cast members, they're on the chopping block too. Because Gil can't pay them. Underdog pays them. So that's why Kwame Brown is in all the shorts to pump the channel up. If you go look at the shorts, it's littered with shorts. Gilbert just keeps my name. Oh, the beef is over. And then 30,000 shorts come. 30,000 videos come. I'm like, damn, the beef over. There's video after video up this motherfucker. Because he got to keep that job. He got to keep those numbers looking like he deserved that pay. And what a way to do it, by talking about Kwame Brown. Let's get to Sino's video, and then I'm going to get up out of here.
We tried telling you, but you just wouldn't listen. You thought. Now, here's the thing. This man knows I have told him.
Hey, Sino, where the hell you get that picture from with his face looking like that? Where did he get that face looking like that from? Golly. Jesus Christ. Where did he get his face looking like that? Let's read.
This man, no. I told him this day was coming. And this is only the beginning. This day was coming. And it only gets worse. You see, the major problem that they have here is the communicational flaws. See, everybody that they deal with had no clue. They had no understanding, no knowledge of anything that was going on prior. When you sign on to join a company and the things that relate to you, that pertains to you and your survival at said company, the people that hired you have no information on. This is how the scenario started to fall at the wayside. This is how it starts to look bad. This is when it starts to go bad. And then everybody is shocked. Because the guy that's supposed to be the boss isn't a boss. And the two black women on the show get fired. Now, I'm someone that likes to stay very positive about things. I'm not cheering. I'm not celebrating black people getting fired and things like that and laughing. It's not a joke. It's just saying. It's basically just saying, we told you this was going to happen because of how you basically gave away power. Oh, okay. I see it now. I didn't know what you were talking about at first. And I was like, what is that? It's an under day. Okay, there it is. All right, it should be fixed. I don't know. So, yeah, it's fixed now. Now, here's the scenario. When we tell you that this thing was happening and it was coming, and you put yourself in a position where you're the boss, people are going to look to you to solve said problems. They're going to look at you to solve these things. They're going to say, hey, I came to work with you. You know, this is what we talk about a lot. You know, they say, hey, man, you the one I came to work with. Like, what's going on? Why you don't have control? And then when me and Kwame Brown started talking to him about ownership and control, he laughed. You got 100% of nothing. It's like, do you really understand what we're talking about here? See, let me let y'all in on a little knowledge that I know here, that most of you pretty much don't know or probably didn't hear. Because I want you guys to hear it clearly and directly from me so that you guys would know. Me and Gilbert Arenas had this conversation about 2 years ago. And when I was telling him what was wrong with the show, I often told him Lexi Brown needs to go. She should be the first one gone. This was way back when. And I told her BJ needs to be gone too. And he told me that Lexi was there first. Because I told him that the best person they had for the job couldn't do the job when they had that big fight on the set and the brouhaha, if you want to say, between two different individuals on the show. Right? So when they had Mina on the show, what went down? Mm-hmm. Exactly. I'm glad you're seeing that now. Thank you. Now, it's crazy to me that the first people fired are the two black people on the show. Two black women, the only black women on the show. They're the first people to get fired.
Cino, did you hear the way Gilbert talked about that black woman? Lupita, however you say her name, Lupita. He don't give a damn about no black women. Shit, did you see what he did to his baby mama car? Come on Nah, well, it's his car, but she was driving.
You know what that says, right? Now you have no counterbalance to this toxic male energy that's on the show. But I told him that this day was going to come. Now, we had this discussion 2 years ago that I told him. He told me that BJ can't go nowhere, Brandon Jennings, and that before they had Miko, did I say Mina? Yeah, Miko. So when they had Miko on the show, she was the replacement. She was only on the show because Lexi, she had her WNBA obligations at the time. She couldn't come on the show. And because she couldn't come on the show, yeah, she couldn't come on the show. So because she couldn't make it on the show, they got Miko because they needed a female, and they had to wait. But he didn't want Lexi Brown anyway. Gil didn't. They wanted BJ because he cool with Brandon Jennings, and Brandon Jennings got all these connections in the league. So that could help them out on the show. Now, going through BJ, the agent said, hey, you want BJ on the show, you got to take Lexi. See, Lexi, I don't think she even knows that. Gil didn't even want her on the show. He had to take her. So he knew Lexi, he was being respectful out of BJ, but he knows BJ is terrible on the show. BJ gives the worst takes I've ever heard. He has a couple of good moments, but most of the times he's just high and unengaged in conversation. He just sit there like he's stuck. And it's like, dude, great player. Love him as a player. But as a podcaster, absolutely not. So I told him the people that needed to go off the show, them two, and get Josiah off the couch. Let him be an executive producer. Get you somebody in there to be a moderator. Josiah does not need to be on screen. I told Gil this, and you know what Gil's response was? I know. He's working on being a producer. We trying to get him off the chair. He's listening to what I'm saying, and he agrees. You see, this is the part y'all don't know. Me and this man has had these conversations. And Josiah not being in that chair anymore and being off the screen was part of the conversation. Letting him be the producer off screen, then on screen. This is all facts. No lies told. Oh, 100%.
Hey, Sino, now they really gonna hate you now that they know they homeboy listening to you. They really gonna hate you now that Gil is taking cues from you.
Now, here's where it gets interesting even more. It's cap. Gil and them didn't say nothing about it. Okay, all right. We're playing that game. You was right on time, homie. Your hate was right on time.
Wait, I know somebody didn't say Sino was lying. Hey, bro, he got so many text messages from Gil, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the? I'm telling you, I'm like,
nice.
what is he doing?
You didn't do that? No, the fuck I didn't.
Now look at the numbers, chat. Let's work
I think Lexi told. Yeah, I think.
Oh, hold on. Because I don't want y'all to think I'm making it up. There your boy Gilly. What's up? There your boy Gilly.
I think Lexi got let go.
You think it's your show? You the boss.
Yeah, I think Lexi got let go.
How you think and you don't know? You the boss. You 50% owner. So they ain't got to tell you when they fire somebody?
Hell no, they don't got to tell him when they fire somebody. I'm telling you, they treat him like that boy after Django. Do you want us to treat him like a boss? Hell no. Treat him like that boy up the street that we don't kick his ass. Yeah. They ain't got to tell this man they fired one of his employees and he the boss.
Yeah, I think Lexi got let go.
You think? Why you don't know?
Ooh, nice.
Man, look at Josiah's face. Yo, they treat him like Jimmy. Yo, hey, listen, man. Listen, I don't want to laugh because this is not a laughing matter. So let me change that. His face made me laugh a little bit, but let me bring this back to the seriousness of what it really is. People are losing jobs. People are losing money. So I don't want to laugh at that. But Josiah's face there was a face of concern. Like that face right there is the reason why I do what I do. That face he just made right there, like, oh shit, what I'm gonna do now. I had that face already. I had that face when I was done playing basketball. Well, actually, no. I thought I was gonna be able to just hit the ground running when I done playing basketball. I'm like, yeah, boy, I got this money saved. I'm gonna be a tycoon. But then when I found out they were playing with my money and stealing his shit, then I had that face right there. Like, oh, Lord have mercy. What I'm going to do now? Oh, Lord. That's the face that Josiah got. Like, damn, am I next? Fucking with this clown? And these people got children. These people got a life that they done built around this money and this success. And so that's one of my scariest things. I don't want to have somebody else build something for me that they can take away from me. I don't give a fuck how high this hill is that I build, how high it go up. It's gonna go up, and it's gonna be me take it there, and it's gonna be me that reap the benefits of it. And ain't nobody gonna be able to take it down. Because this is unfortunate that another black man, Cuban man, he's not black, he's Cuban. Another man, though, pretends to be a boss. And then now people's lives are like caught up in this back and forth bullshit when I was just literally trying to tell him, this is the reason why you take your time and build your own. Infrastructure, my ass. You take the time, you build your own infrastructure. That way, when you build it to something great like you've done, you don't have to have the poopy face with your friends right next to you. And you don't have to look down. You can't even look Josiah in the eye. He cannot look Josiah in the eye and say, look, your job is safe. He can't. Yeah, I just left out the black. We in the back and forth. Why would I add in black? Duh. Understand that I'm petty. Learn life. Everybody's petty like that. Why would I add that he got a black daddy in there? I'm trying to drive home the fact that he's Cuban. He said he was Cuban. All right? So everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga. Paul Mooney. R.I.P. But this is not a laughing matter. This face right here, in all seriousness, this face that Josiah is making is the reason why. That shock on his face, he's coming to the realization that could happen to him. And this man has children. Gil is the talent. Gil is looking like, well, and I know Gil. He's an asshole. Gil is probably like, nah, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna get picked up by somebody else. He's the talent. He's gonna get picked up by somebody else. But unfortunately for Gil, he don't have a boss mindset because he built something that's great. And if he would have built it the right way, none of these people would have to feel the sting of what he got going on right now. But because he wanted to look like a boss instead of actually being one, people's lives are being affected by it now. And Josiah and all of these people that are not named Gilbert Arenas, they're all on the chopping block. Far as Melly, far as his assistant, his cousin, everybody else can go. Gil is going to be the last to go.
You think? Why you don't know?
Ooh, nice. You didn't do that? No, the fuck I didn't.
Now look at these numbers, chat. This fourth quarter.
Lexi told. I guess Lexi did. She does. I did a show with her, one of her other co-hosts. She came here and did Joy Taylor, and then she found out that Cheryl got let go.
Oh damn! I didn't even know that.
Huh?
I didn't even know that. But I just my
Joy Taylor. She does. I did a show with her. One of her. She told. I guess Lexi did. She does. I did a show with her. One of her other co-hosts. She came here and did Joy Taylor. And
you know what's interesting to me? You know what's very interesting to me? He got such male bravado when he's talking tough to me. Oh man, he got his chest out. Shut up, boy, you nigga. We don't need you talking. Oh boy, he puts on a real good show. Sounds like a confident man. Oh, he peacocks so well. But when it comes to his business, he gets real quiet. He get real quiet. He get real unsure. I think I did a show with somebody. I don't know what. I didn't even know. When it comes to his business, he don't know nothing. When it comes to the business, he don't know shit. All he knows is, I got a big check. I don't want to know the business. I don't want to know the terms. Just give me a check. This nigga turn up for the check. He's a check baby. He don't care nothing about no ownership. He's a check. As long as you pay him a big check, he good. He got up here, did all that peacocking, did all that sticking his chest out. And I wasn't even trying to have that type of conversation with him. I thought it was important because he had a young man named Lowe who built his stuff up on the internet, and he's a boss. He's an owner. And I think that's a better example. Like, this man is not even an athlete. He's not, from what I've never seen him play, but I don't see him being an athlete. He's just a guy who found the niche, very good at it, worked at his craft, making money. And so anybody can do that. Why can't you show people that you could do it on your own and be successful? And so it needs to be highlighted. It needs to be highlighted that the way that these athletes, most of us think we have to have it look a certain way. Once you become a celebrity, you can't really believe what a lot of these people that believe they're A-listers say. They don't never have a bad day. They want to hide their pimples and shit. I'll pop my shit and go to the grocery store. From one boss to another. Salute, my man. Salute. It's crazy, man. This is crazy. This is unfortunate. This is what me and he really thought he was enthralled into a game back and forth, but myself and Sino never wanted to see him lose. We kept trying to tell him, like, Gil, you just want to argue, bro. You need to do this. You need to do that. You just want to beef, bro. You need to do it. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Every single time. So, hey, now we're here.
And then she found out that Cheryl got let go.
Oh damn! I didn't even know that.
Huh?
I didn't even know that. But I just mind my business, man.
He's like, I didn't even know that. Gil didn't know either. Why you don't know all of this stuff is going on? Why you don't know all this going on in your shop? Oh, we gonna get to that. Because I told him this was what's happening. He don't see it.
I hit Cheryl to see if it was true. Oh, nice. I guess they didn't want to fly anybody back in, so I had to.
Fucking Austin Reid, dude.
Oh my goodness. You think? Now y'all know it's official. Now y'all know it's real. This is not here to celebrate. This is here to tell you we told you so. And it's a shame that you're at the mercy of Underdog Fantasy because you signed the power away to them to be an employee. And this is what no control looks like. This is what having zero control of your company resembles. But let's fast forward up to October.
Kwame, he is going to come at you for your opinion. I don't care. I mean, what is he going to say? Another lie about one of my family members or somebody? Him coming at me don't really work. He just say a bunch of lies about me. I don't really care. He can give his opinion to me, but I'm giving the opinion because it was on the internet. The things that he put on the internet about my brother and stuff, I didn't post that. This is something that he posts. I'm a content creator giving my opinion on what he posted on the internet. If he turns it into beef, that's on him. But we're going to discuss this because this is what the culture needs to be talking about. We have a guy saying 100 million. Odell Beckham said basically $100 million is not enough to live. Well, the sad thing about Odell Beckham is that my mentor raised 4 of his children, helped out other people's children, and helped out people around the neighborhood. And he barely cracked 100,000. I don't even think he cracked 100,000 at that time. So to say you can't live off $100 million when it's people in real life raising kids and families with dual incomes barely cracking 100,000. Somebody told you this fucked up way of living that you gotta be the showstopper every time you go somewhere. Some bitch turn that Rolls Royce in, get you a goddamn Honda that'll take you from point A to point B. You dye your motherfucking hair back black, stop dressing up like you some sassy clown, put on a pair of fucking boots and go your motherfucking ass to work. Since you done lost your 100 million. But no, don't play dress up with all these clothes and all these cars and all these houses. And then when it go down, now it's, oh, nobody taught me. Somebody should have taught you to close your goddamn wallet. Because you made enough money. All you had to do was live off the money. You spent it before the money could even mature that you can live off of the motherfucker. But you want people to feel bad because you want to party. And what the hell was you doing in that corner with Justin Bieber? That's what I want to know. Fuck getting you on the pivot, asking you about your money situation. What the hell was all y'all boys doing in that corner with Justin Bieber? Well, from what I saw. When everybody turned around, you, Trey Songz, all y'all jump up when Justin Bieber pop up. What was that? Was that AI? That's what we want to know. What the hell was you doing in the corner with Justin Bieber? Was that you or was that AI? Was that an AI video? Do like everybody else do. Downsize, sell some of them pretty cars, sell some of them pretty shoes, and you can live life without trying to live like a goddamn rock star. You ain't gonna fly private everywhere no more. It's okay to sit your ass in the airport just like everybody else. I do it all the time. Now I might know a couple of, TSA members where I can finally, get a little through security a little bit quicker. But nevertheless, I can fly on a plane with everybody else. It's not a bother. So you know what's gonna happen, Odell Beckham? Back to life, back to reality, back to life. Nothing wrong with that. Back to reality, motherfucker. You're gonna sit in waiting rooms like everybody else when your knee hurt. You ain't gonna get hurt from the football field straight to the hospital operating table no more. You get hurt today, you get in the waiting room like everybody else. All right? Motherfucker want to bawl like a dog and then cry.
We like to let dominoes drop here. That was the first couple of dominoes I've been telling you about. Let's get to recent times. Let's go back to October. This is myself and Gilbert Arenas and our conversation, October the 16th. And he said, I'm not going to show you the picture of his assistant, which is his cousin. I'm not going to show her the picture. But he said, my cousin, who is my assistant. I was like, she's beautiful. Try to keep her employed, Gil. He says, Underdog pays her to make sure I get my coffee and come downstairs. Melly gets paid also. He's bragging. Nothing, laughing, chilling, just chilling. And I said, paying Melly. I'm like, for what? Melly, for what? Nothing. He's laughing, just chilling. So he thinks this is good. So you let 2 other black women get fired so your wife can still get paid. Okay, cool. So I was like, and I told him, don't worry, I won't show your contract. He showed me his contract to a certain degree. So I had that, and I said, no, I'm not gonna show your contract. I don't show no public contracts, like non-public contracts. So, and I told him, I was like, Underdog will trim Gil's Arena roster next summer. We ain't even got there yet. I just told him in October, again, what was going to happen. I said, Underdog will trim Gil's Arena's roster next summer. Do you want to know this man's response? You think so? Who they letting go? Big, bad, and bold, right? Who they letting go? And I said, the entire show will be gone. Hey, I said the entire show will be gone. Don't worry, it might be called Underdog Arena by next summer. Now, I just told this man, I said the entire show will be gone. That's what I said. And that's in the thing. Now look at this. So they trimming and they will get rid of it. Okay. He's like, still not this. I said, you want to come on my live stream today and explain it to the people? And then he deleted this stuff around. And I said, dude, you famous now. He said, I love it. You said 100% was gone. So the same 50% since 3 years ago. I'm like, huh? I'm like, come on the live stream now. We live. I was like, I see you scared. He was like, Gilbert gives away 50% for funding, but you claim I own nothing. 3 years ago, I said what I did. Y'all too busy creating your own lives. You forgot you heard that information and pretended you're surprised now. And I was like, all right, here we go. Underdog ain't giving and paying for no show. No sponsor is spending that type of money without proof of concept. I said, they not just a sponsor. I made them a partner. So they are now investing in building it. You said that was a lie then. I said, you said they were just a sponsor. You were thinking they were a platform, and I was saying they're just a sponsor, which means I'm not owned by anyone. Yeah, you are. Because if you wasn't owned by anybody, then how were they fired without your knowledge? How you didn't know they were fired? These 2 black women are gone, and you ain't even know about it. So they're controlling of the hiring, the firing, everybody, the employment, everything got to go through them. What you the boss of? Skip's Arena. Guess how many people got let go from Skip Baylor's show? That Gil says is his show. He get 50% of the show. Guess how much? Guess who got let go over there? Nobody. He don't see it. But yet, I'm the one crazy. They got rid of Cheryl too. Now here's the rest. So I told him in October, I said, okay, well, since you're the boss, you're not owned by anyone. Okay, then do a show tomorrow. Oh, wait, you can't. Because it's not your show. You don't own it. And he was like, why am I doing a show on a Saturday? The whole staff today is off. Man, you just say anything. I gave them 50% to make those decisions of professionalism. I have a personal page to be random with no thought. You said it like it's a great thing. You own 100% of what exactly? Nothing. If I own 100% of nothing, I'm still the boss of I got 100% of something. You have nothing. I'm still the boss of whatever the 100% I got. Nobody else has control over it. You don't have a show or a concept. I have 2 channels to have 100% of nothing. He said, you have 2. Well, he said, okay, to have 100% of nothing. I was like, I can get that also if I was stupid. I can get the same deal you got if I was stupid. My new channel, 11K, does bigger numbers than you and Kwame.
Tito said, I can get the same deal you got if I was stupid. My new channel is my new channel, 11K, does bigger numbers than you and Kwame. Yeah, he back to those numbers that they controlling. Unbelievable.
Get it? You always say what you can go get, but never do. Everyone can go get nothing. Worry about your 50% in the PO unit. Not worried about my 50%. Trust me, I'm not. Easy checks just dropping to do what you do. Talking shit in sports. I literally was sitting on my couch getting bothered by you and Kwame. Came to YouTube and learned what the big boys do and created shows and making millions. Thank y'all. Thank you for bothering me. 11 awards later. Stop lying. You used Kwame to get a deal. Remember 2 years, 50 million, right? Let's see it in 2026. Let's see you get 2 years, 50 million. in 2026? That's what I want to see. Come on, Mr. Big Time. So all around, he's still trying to debate and fight with me, knowing the whole time I was right. And now with the first firings that have taken place with Lexi and Cheryl, who's next? Who's next on the carousel on Gil's Arena before it's gone? My vote's on BJ. But you see, everybody, they only doing what, 2 days a week? They went from 3 days to 2 days. Now, how are you the biggest sports show going? But you didn't went from 3 shows. You went from 4 shows to 3 shows to 2 shows to no shows. But y'all the biggest thing on the internet. Now, Gil, yeah, you're going to get millions because they want guys like you. They'll move you to another show. See, you're not worried because you got a parachute. You got a parachute. So you'll find a way to weasel out of it. You will use your parachute to weasel past anything out there you want. They already know what you're going to do. You already showed the world who and what you are. And now he's on Skip Show. Mm-hmm. That's it. You want the 50 million you was talking. Don't back off now. Do you know how much I make now? He's laughing. I'm like, I don't care. You see the next deal.
You see, he's so caught up in the check. You see how much I make now. That's what I mean. Getting caught up in that check. That check will stop. Ownership don't stop unless you sell, or hopefully you don't lose, but you want. Never mind. I mean, you can't tell Gil nothing. But for other people, it's good to make a lot of money. But what are you going to do if that check or if that money stops? I'm not saying do not take the check. Make sure you take said check, apply it towards something of your own, though. So that don't apply it to no Giuseppe's, don't apply it to Forgianos and all the shit they show you on TV that's going to surely make you go broke. Apply it to something that's going to make you make some more money outside of your job. So many people get a job and then they start spending all their money from that job on the shit that they want. Don't spend your money from your job on the shit that you want. You don't deserve that. Look at it like that. You don't deserve that shit. Go create a business that buys what you want. It's not a very hard fucking concept. Oh, I make 50 million. I make 20,000. I make whatever I make. Let me go get a coffee shop. Let me go get some sort of business that's going to generate revenue. And then that'll buy my toys. When I got to pay taxes, nope. I'm not going to pay taxes on that right now because I got to buy a company car. Nope. I'm not going to send that money to the tax man because I got to buy a new printer, whatever you need for the company. They talking about people are not teaching them financial literacy. You motherfuckers just ain't listening. Odell Beckham, I've been on the internet 5 years now. You had 5 motherfucking years, 5 years to listen to the shit I've been saying, and you were still getting a paycheck. I said a lot of stuff for free that got my page probably struck. Yeah, they all care about flash. You care about drive. I drive a truck, Odell Beckham. I drive a GMC. Even though it's expensive as hell, it's $100,000 truck, 118, 19, whatever it was. But it's $100,000 truck, but it works for me. That truck go do what I tell it to do. I could do whatever. That truck could do things you won't believe. Your motherfucking flashy ass Rolls Royce ain't gonna do nothing but get you some coochie or Justin Bieber allegedly, and that coochie gonna bring you a bill. You just bought a bill magnet. I bought something that's gonna pay the bills. You feel me? They ain't buying no more land, Odell Beckham. That $300,000, $400,000 Rolls Royce you bought, that Cullinan, whatever it was, you could have took that as a down payment on some property and let that property kick you off some cash flow, which is passive income, Odell Beckham. Look it up, Odell. I ain't gonna do the fucking work for you. Look up passive income and why you should be trying to get passive income. And after I complete what I'm doing, Odell Beckham, I'll tell you what else I'm doing. But I ain't gonna tell you this till I'm done. But you telling me somebody gave you $100 million and you got a granddaddy, you got a great granddaddy, and you got black people in your family. And I know at least one of your cousins used to tell you, Odell, they ain't making no more land. Because everybody in my family told me that's the one thing Negroes know is they ain't making no more land. It's just so many Negroes just buy the land and just sit on the land and it become a bill for them. No. You want to get the land and put money into the land. Put your money into the fucking ground and not those damn Forgianos. You take an acre of land in the city. Let's just say when the land was cheap, when you niggas was shooting up Atlanta, all through the cities of Atlanta, when you shooting up that land, that acre of land dropped to about 12,000 an acre, maybe even 5 in some places where y'all was shooting for real. So you getting land for 5,000 an acre. And let's not go to that drastic because people ain't going to come when it's all fucked up. But let's just say you get an acre of land for 45,000, right? 40,000. Now, instead of going to buy Forgianos and all this shit, you put the plumbing and the sewage into that land. And then watch how many investors call your phone. And then you subdivide the property. Maybe you get a half acre. Maybe you can subdivide it into 2 acres, or a half acre, and make some half acre lots. And you sell it as that. But you put the infrastructure into the ground. And now you've increased the value of that land. And then before you know it, somebody will come and buy that land. So for the price that it probably take you to build an old school Chevy, you could have had some land or had a house built that could be getting you some residual income. But instead, you build a Chevy instead of building a house. And let's just say you take they got some nice old school houses, right? That got 2-car garages. Let's just say you take a 2-bedroom house, but that 2-bedroom house got a 2-car garage. Let's say you close up that 2-car garage and you turn it into 2 more bedrooms, and then you add another bathroom. So now you got 4 bedrooms and you got 3 bathrooms. So now you go to the bank and you have that house appraised at now 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. You put a tenant in the house. You go take out a loan. You take out the money out of the house and you let the tenant pay back the note. You're in the black already because you've made your money back, because when you refinance the house, it's going to give you way more than what you paid for the actual house, because it's now a 4-bedroom and not a 2-bedroom. But this Negro, Odell Beckham, been too busy spraying shit all in his hair, all that mousse and shit, trying to catch the ball with one hand, trying to be a sex symbol, instead of just sitting down and just looking, motherfucker. You around all the smartest people and ain't nobody tell you nothing? What, they were just trying to have sex with you or trying to get you a girl to have sex with? See, that's the problem with Negroes. That's why I don't feel bad for no Negro, because you Negroes be around each other and all y'all millionaires, and the only thing you niggas want to talk about is having sex with some chicks. Like, I don't even like to talk like that around no Negro. I like to be by myself with them like that. But Here it is. I got Gilbert Arenas talking shit to me, and it's disgusting. I told Eton Thomas yesterday. I said it's disgusting that you comparing me to this nigga, man. Like, nigga, I'm me, nigga. Don't compare me to this boy. I'm a grown motherfucking man. This is a boy. You comparing me to a nigga that can only get online and joke and play around. Nigga, I can joke and play with the best of them, but nigga, it's another side of me. Nigga, I'm grown. This nigga was riding up the 405 with $23 million coming to his pocket. They stole motherfucking money from me. I know exactly what to do with motherfucking money. So when I hear Odell Beckham and these niggas doing all this crying, it's like, no, you didn't take the time to do these simple things. Everybody know you could do this shit. It's simple. Rollo doing it. I always shout out Rollo. I need to do some damn work with Rollo. I need to just pull up over there, goddammit. But it looked like they be standing on top of roofs and shit with choppers and shit. Now, I don't want to be mistaken as a op because it don't look like they bullshitting over there. So I want to make sure I'm well known that I'm coming. So, yeah, I need to goddamn holler at Rollo. I got some property he might want to see. Yeah, man. This shit crazy, man. Niggas want to kill each other instead of linking and building with each other. We always talk this. Nobody ain't never taught us. Man, that's bullshit. You niggas be linking up wanting to party all day. You niggas don't even sit down long enough to learn that. I know I didn't. When I was playing ball, I don't want to sit down. Nigga, we having fun, nigga. Too many hoes out here to be sitting down. Nobody trying to sit down. We sitting down on the back of the couches. We turn it up. Life is one big party when we ain't practicing and focus. And so, yeah, you wasn't trying to learn that. You wasn't trying to learn that. But Gil, this is what I was trying to tell you. And when I called your phone, I text your phone, I text you on Instagram. I said, nigga, let's go get $300. You sitting there bullshitting around. Hey, I gotta win the battle and all this other weird shit. You know, win your battle. Whatever you think you winning, win your battle, bro.
You said, so let's say you get that deal. I told you you're not getting that. And he said, you know what? You might want to, you might create a show and I might do it and then come on and take the 22 years and 50 million. I think I could use that. Right? You remember that? If you think 2 years, 50 is too much, it's 2 years, 25, 3 years ago. And since then, I've won like 11 awards. We will see when the time comes. But hey, you're right now.
I can't show you one person that's made money from my blueprint. Bitch, I showed you me. I ain't telling you what somebody else did. I tell you what I did. I showed you when I was the bank, when I acted as the bank and I sold my school. I showed you the payments that they were paying me to sit on my ass and talk to y'all. I show you real life, boy. I'm not showing it to you to brag. I'm showing it to the person. See, you just a hater. I know who you is. You just don't want to come in here in your real name. See, it really ain't about you haters. It's about that young fella that's listening. See, it's always a young fella that's listening to an old cat. See, I hear the young fella say, this like me sitting on top of my Rolls Royce in the hood. You know, I used to, Tears told y'all what I used to do. A lot of the old cats used to have rumblings about it. They was getting upset about it because it's like they kind of tried to say, "Oh, you stunting on us." And I say, "Well, nigga, quit looking, because this ain't about you. This is to inspire those children. It's not my fault that you got some insecurities within yourself, nigga. I stumped this road just like you did, nigga. So don't come to me with that bullshit that I ain't from the hood. Get out my face." So we had to get it understood. I'm coming through here with this Rolls Royce to let these kids sit in this car, let these kids see that, nigga, I played in the same part and I got this. The same shit them rappers see. They see they rappers and somebody the drug dealers with. Yeah, you can do something right and get the same car. Go on, sit in it. A lot of them little motherfuckers dirtied up my seat, stanked up my seat, but I let them sit in it to inspire them, though. Let them play with all the buttons. Occasionally they broke some shit, but hey, let them pull that goddamn desk out, the table. Hell, them little fuckers was fine and shit. I ain't even know it was back there. I don't sit back there and play with everything in the backseat of no Rolls Royce. So this is like me, still mentoring the kids. I'm just like sitting on my Rolls Royce. This internet is my Rolls Royce. I'm just dropping jewels if you listening. Yeah, I gotta talk shit to some fucking haters that don't understand, but I'm dropping jewels if you listening. All you gotta do is listen. I may not be your cup of tea, but all you gotta do is listen. I know shit they ain't gonna teach you in school. So whether you got a degree or not, you still should listen. They're not gonna teach you this shit that I know, that I went and learned. I had to pay for this shit. I had to learn the hard way for this shit. I had to lose out on some deals to learn this shit. So I done paid it forward. So I know. I know because I done lost in it. I done paid for it. So I can keep somebody else from losing in it and paying for it. You know? You waiting on your pension? You goddamn right. I keep saying, I don't know why you think that's going to make me feel bad. That's my motherfucking money. Nigga, you goddamn right I'm waiting on my pension. But am I sitting idly waiting on my pension? No, nigga, I'm be in Vegas next week. Nah, I ain't going to Vegas no more. I canceled my trip. You literally take other people's talking points. How the fuck am I taking somebody else's talking points when the shit I'm saying, I literally showed it to you online already? I don't have no talking point on this one. This is my real life. Now, the garage, the whole converting the garage, that was somebody else's program that they were doing. So I learned that from somebody else. But yeah, I done it though. Am I inventing some wheel? Hell no. Don't nobody invent no wheel. Just because I'm telling you the information don't mean I'm saying I invented the wheel. I'm not up here trying to act like I'm special or important. I'll leave that to the other content creators that need to feel important. I don't feel shit. I just feel like you can pass on a little game to some Negroes in the hood that it can go one or two ways. Some people don't feel like they have an opportunity. If you show them another way, it can go one or two ways. I understand the mindset of a kid that used to think that they deserved to steal because they didn't have it. I didn't feel no type of way to take your bike out of your yard if we was walking by because I ain't have one. So you can get another one. And that's the mindset that you in when you in that situation. Fuck you, you got money. You could be struggling like a motherfucker just to pay them bills for that big house you in. I don't know nothing about your circumstance, but in that mindset, who cares? It looks like you got more than me. So I understand that mindset. So it can go either way. But, you still got to do it on your own. I preach, give a dude an option, All Odell Beckham wants is a passive white boy, allegedly. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Kwame, if they ever had to study law or go out and get their hands on training, they don't know how much you've given for free. They don't know how many strays I take for these motherfuckers for all the shit I'm saying. I got everybody mad. There's some people packaging this shit I'm saying and selling it to you as a 10X program. You think they want me saying this shit? Get this son bitch off the internet. I'm saying I done said stuff to piss everybody off. Just give me time. And you'll be next. What's up, Kwame? How much you charge for one-on-one sessions with real estate? Man, I'm not going to pretend to you like I'm some guru, man. I work hard to learn this shit. I call around the people that's doing it, That's why I be happy to say I met somebody with 30 houses. When I meet somebody say they got 30 houses, I call them. I want to know what you struggle with. I want to learn. I want to learn a blueprint. I'm starting to learn that sometimes having 30 and 40 homes is not as good as you think. Because sometimes you got to replace 16 AC units. That's a pretty penny. I'm like, wait a minute. God damn. I said, hold on now. 16 AC units. Yeah, we had a good run where none of the AC units went out, but we just dropped 16. So I said, wait a goddamn minute here, buddy. You know me, my little mind get the goddamn flowing. So I took out my calculator and I said 16 AC units. I said, okay, let's just say the average unit, if you get the bottom of the barrel, let's just guesstimate each unit is going to be about 6,500, 6,000 per unit. So I'm going to go 6,000 times 16. I say, God damn. That's a lot. That's a large number. That's a large motherfucking number. So I said, oh no, 16 AC units? He said, well, we don't pay it outright like that. We just get it on a payment schedule. I said, okay, so what are the down payments on these AC units? Because that makes sense. That makes sense. You want to pay the down payment on the AC units and you can make a payment. So he makes payments on the AC unit. So each unit, I think he had to pay a down payment of 1,500 or 1,000 or something like that. And then he make $160 payments. $160 payments. So I said, damn, that's a lot. And then how long does it take to pay this off? How much interest is on there? And then sometimes they have water leaks. So I said, damn, that's a lot of hands-on work, or that's a whole maintenance thing. So me, I've been trying to find ways to lock some money up into a business that don't require so much maintenance and so much me being there. So it allowed me through conversation to unlock a whole different path that I'm taking. Well, not different. I'll say adding to what I was doing. Because before I was like, I just want to get 300 doors. But now I think I want to redirect that energy somewhere else. And I think that conversation really did help me out a lot. So the best way, in my opinion, is to learn business from people who are actually in business. We trying to learn business from a teacher that don't got no business. So yeah, so I'll tell you guys what I'm gonna do after it's done, though. I'm not gonna tell you right now, and then maybe Gil can do it. You feel me? But I'm gonna do it first, and then maybe that'll help some other people do some things like it. But it's a lucrative thing. It's gonna cost a pretty penny, but it's a pretty much cut and dry.
See, I'm right now. We'll see when that time comes. But hey, you're right now. That's right. I'm right now. And he gonna find out I've been right all along. And I said, exactly, I'm right. If you listen to me, you'll be making $60 to $70 million a year, but you didn't. Take you serious, and no one takes you serious in the NBA. I tried to help you, but you didn't listen. Kwame tried to help you, and you wouldn't listen. See that? No one takes you serious in the NBA. I tried to help you, but you didn't listen. Kwame tried to help you, and you wouldn't listen. He could have made that in a year instead of letting them pay him some chump change. He could have generated that kind of revenue in a year.
He said it goes back to the old saying, don't bite off more than you can chew. Start small and gradually grow. No. This brother started small. And no, he can handle it though. He does well. Trust me. He can handle it. He's gonna pay it, but I like to learn, the operating costs of everything before I get into it. And that's a very real thing. Just talking to different people that have those multiple units, 30 or better, 100 units, they love the cash flow, and it seems like they get a good sometimes 3 years without nothing going wrong, and then something big goes wrong, or some flood happens, or a lot, some people move out, or anything can happen. So just looking at the opportunity cost, having a management company, because you can't go do all that when you have. I know a dude that's managing his own property, him and 3 other guys, and he don't have time to do nothing else. Like, that's his job, like, because there's something always wrong. Somebody's calling about something. So I don't want to be married to a job like that. So I would have a management company. So I would know, was trying to learn how much that costs, things like that.
Man, they don't deal with Gil. They don't deal with that dude. When have you seen LeBron take a picture with Gil? Never. And you're not going to see it. Mm-hmm. Well, it's like this. When you get into a scenario where you're not going to play ball, Underdog has lost money with Gills. Yes, they have. And the reason why they have is because they didn't get what they thought they were going to get. And what I tried to tell them is Gills Arena lost sight of what the job really was about. I could help them out of that rut. And I told them about that earlier. I was like, dude, we know where the problem is. Like, I know where the problem is. And I'm like, dude, you paid us to consult this thing. We can fix all of these problems. Easy. It would be an easy fix to these problems. One of the main things is identity. You got 3 people to try to get one person's identity, which is Kwame Brown. Like, each one of them have an element of what Kwame Brown brings to the table. Kenyon Martin, the seriousness, the directness. Rashad McCants. Can you imagine if Kwame Brown was on that panel with Kenyon Martin and Rashad McCants? That thing would blow up. It'd be huge. Nick Young could come on there and be himself. Gil is not needed. We all told him, Gil, you're talking too much. You need to shut up and get out the way. Why don't you just moderate it? Why is Josiah doing all that? You should be doing all this and just shutting up. Because I'm like, you're part of the problem. Nobody wants to hear you waller and holler and scream. Nobody's tuning in for you. You're not going viral. All you do is bring up the dumb tape topic. That's you. That's your job. No, I wasn't happy about it. So when everything came to the forefront, it was like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to lay it all out so that the world could see. And that was that. So when you see Lexi Brown, I was like, that was about time. That's about right. Lexi should be fired, in my opinion. She should have been fired a long time ago. She was not good podcasting, even though the show isn't good himself. She could never get a word in. Every time she tries to talk, they would cut her off. And you've seen the results of that. And wait, nobody knows what's going on a show that they all work at, and you're sitting with the boss, so-called boss, and he don't know what's going on. Now you got to really start asking yourself questions. If no one here knows what's going on, how the hell we know what we're doing? Or what anyone's doing here? Yeah, it feels out of place. Well, I come from a different school. The school we come from is acceptance. People, it's more valuable to accept the things that you can't control. Accept the things that saying, hey, this is a constant. What's up, KB? KB made it to the house. So when you see this man make these posts, just remember, we told you. He said, and he said, $15K a month, I'll pass. I mean, Kwame hasn't done a show yet, but if he does, he will get more than you coming through the door. So everybody wrong but Gil. Damn, she said the wife let you. You let her go. But you see that? When I said, hey, there you go, talk about the shows. What we got going on here? He said, yeah, I'm sure he won't get more than Lexi from anyone out there. He won't get more, saying Kwame Brown won't get more than Lexi Brown. I'm sure he won't get more than Lexi from anyone out there. And Lexi is now fired. So the person that Kwame Brown couldn't get no more money from, who just got fired.
And see, that's why you could get no, because it always go back to a joke or a dig, or he just can't never stick to a plan. Let's business. We'll talk to you straight up and down. It always got to be a sly dig. Every time I'm reading the text message, he trying to work with me, but he dissing me to Cino every time. I'm like, this is a little dog. Like, this boy really a weenie dog. Like, you don't never want the dissing and the playing. Like, everybody you talk to, you just gonna diss, you know? It's like, God damn, you a clown.
Why would he? Coming through the door. I'm glad you feel that way, sir. Because you read Gilbert Arenas when he says he owns 50%. And I'm here to tell you he don't own 50%. He owns a lot less 50%. 50% is more like 20. And because when you're in control, he firing, the hiring, or anything, he only gets a percentage. That money is as long as the show is valid. If they move you to someplace else, you are basically an employee of Underdog Fantasy. See, this is what I don't understand, sir. That 50% that you're talking about is 50% of the revenue on YouTube. They split that from the channel that share. That's the 50%. That's the misdirection Gil is pulling over y'all. He doesn't dictate 50% of the entire deal. It's for that YouTube channel. They split the YouTube revenue 50-50. What makes it worse, KB, his ass didn't even know. She was fired. They didn't know. This the man that said Lexi can go get a. You see Josiah face? Josiah don't even know what's going on. This was new. This was new thing.
Yeah, I think Lexi.
Look at Josiah face.
And then she found out that Cheryl got let go.
Oh damn, I didn't know that.
My bad. I walked to my bedroom, and on this side of the house, I don't know why the Wi-Fi, it just switches over to a different zone. Let me see which Wi-Fi did it switch to. All right, there you go. I gotta. Oh, that's what it is. It switches to this other AC, this other Wi-Fi that's not on this computer. All right, I gotta log that other Wi-Fi onto here.
Huh?
I didn't know that, but I just mind my business, man.
I hit Cheryl to say they were true. Oh, nice. I guess they didn't want to fly any. I guess they didn't want to fly anybody back in, so I had to.
Fucking Austin Reid, dude.
They ain't want to fly anybody back in. Now, why would that be? Well, if you were just looking at when I told him the advice, don't you think the advice I gave him was absolutely correct? Don't you think the advice I gave him was right? But don't worry. Don't worry about it. Like I said, don't worry about it. We got all the medicine you need right here on the screen. That's going to straighten it all out. I don't have to argue with nobody. 2 black women fired from the show. Guess how many people got fired from Skip Show? Nobody. But they went to the #1 show in YouTube sports and decided we got to start firing some people. We don't want to fly nobody in no more. Why? Because it costs money. Right? All things I told them right here in this chat. This one he was talking about she was going to Paris for the weekend to go see her mom. I'm like, well, your pa's confused. My PA, my cousin don't speak. So that's what she was talking about, his cousin and all that. So I don't want to show her and all that. But he says, I don't know who was on Kwame Live last night. I don't watch radio, sir. My cousin don't get on YouTube. So she was asleep at 9 p.m. I'll ask her, but 100% she doesn't know Kwame. She's an emo girl. I'm like, go listen to the live. She was on the panel with him. Nigga, that's not my cousin or assistant. My cousin is Krista, not Christy. Oh, Kwame supporter, who he pushed away. The great CEO. I was like, oh, okay, it's not my cousin. My assistant. CO is funny, though. I'm like, who is Christy O to you? She was on y'all panel when I came to YouTube. He's laughing out. What do you mean, who is she to me? She was a diehard Kwame, and she left like all the other supporters when he started turning on them. Her, Soulfly, Sister T, Queen, who works for me. And then he shows his cousin, and I don't want to show her face. So he said, my cousin, who's my assistant. I said, she is beautiful. Try to keep her employed, Gil. Now, why did I say try to keep her employed? Why did I say try to keep her employed, Gil? He said, Underdog pays her to make sure I get my coffee and come downstairs. Melly gets paid also. And I said, Melly, for what? Nothing. Laughing, just chilling. And I said, don't worry, I won't show your contract. I don't show non-public contracts. Underdog, and then I told him, Underdog will trim Gil's Arena's roster next summer. It ain't even Christmas. They fired these people before Christmas showed up. They fired 2 black women, the only black women on the show. They didn't fire them right before Christmas. And they like, Gil, what's going on? They told Gil this is going to come. I said they're going to trim the roster next summer. You think so? Who they letting go? What did I say? The entire show will be gone. I said the entire show will be gone. So they trimming and they will get rid of it. Okay, till it's not this. I'm like, you want to come on the live stream today and explain it to the people? The writing was on the wall. I've already seen it. I know where this was going. He said, fired 2 black women, took the salary and gave it to a white girl. That's what they do. I'm quite sure Underdog said, Gil, somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to go here. Who is it gonna be? Gil? Well, we kind of don't need the ladies. They can go. I gotta fight to keep my guys. Because he knows that's the show. If you can't lose Rashad McCants, that's why McCants ain't really been there too much. They only got 2 days a week, and they still can't maintain to keep everybody on the show. They can't have a full roster on the show. But they make sure Kenyon there every 2 days they can get him. See, Gil gonna be protected. He gonna be all right. He gonna slide over the Skip show, be on there, get his check, slide back on Gil's ring. He gonna make sure he's seen. He they working boy. Right. Melly next, his cousin next. They probably already done fired Melly. She wasn't getting paid for nothing anyway. That's why I told him. She's beautiful. Your cousin is beautiful. Try to keep her employed. That's all I say. Try to keep her employed. But they don't trim employees from number one shows. But when I told you, Gil, that they're going to trim the show down, I told you that was going to happen. You argued up and down, and ain't no, it ain't going on. Lexi getting this, Lexi getting that. Nobody going nowhere. I said, Gil, they cutting show times. What do you think they're going to pay all those people for if they don't have the dates to keep those people on there? You don't go from 4 shows down to 2 shows, and then they're going to keep paying everybody. No, somebody's got to go. It's called business, Gil. See, you keep thinking it's about you and the show and the numbers, and they don't care about that. They care about what's bringing in money. They're spending too much money to get these little bitty views right here that you get. These views that you think is monumental to them, they're like, where's the money? How many sponsors you got? Gil? Doom, 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 doom. Right, exactly. You got Underdog. They the only sponsors. No. Underdog will work with any thousands of other sponsors. There's plenty of other podcast shows that have Underdog, and everybody else got a sponsorship under there with them. Okay, you ain't got pick squads. You ain't got nothing else. They do fantasy daddy. You can do all other kind of bets you want to do. Where's your prize picks? Where's your happy dad? You don't have nothing going for you. No sponsorships at all? Zero? Zilch? Ugh. No, because there's only so much fake stuff you can do. Now, I can really tell you why the show is failing, but he wants me to do it all for free. No, you got to run a bag, buddy. Because I told you, we know what the problem with the show is and what the hose is and what Underdog is really looking for. And Gil's Arena ain't it. I can tell you right now. That's good for YouTube. You have a YouTube channel, do your show. That's good for you. You can go do your thing over there. But that's not what's going to generate the revenue for them. It's not what they need. You know what they need, but you don't know how to acquire going to get it. You don't know how. Kwame can get it. I can get it.
No, we can't. See, no, you know we dumb. You know we don't know nothing. You know he don't listen to us. That's what all his crowd gonna say. And the sad reality of the situation, Gil will pretend in public like he open or cool with us working together and it's just us. But really, Gil just be lying to y'all. Gil like to play and joke, and it's a never-ending thing with Gil, and it's never gonna stop. So it is what it is.
You can't get it. You don't know how. Mm-hmm. Now, are you gonna run some money to these women over the holidays, Mr. Big Time? Hmm? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's listen to Mr. Big Time. Let's listen to Mr. Big Time. Let's see what Mr. Big Time say. He once again throws Kwame into it. I said, you won't pull up? I'm like, you won't respond to Joe Budden? And what he said about your Chili Willy? You scared. You won't say nothing about Joe Budden. Joe Budden called out your 50% deal and said how stupid it was that you signed a 50% deal, and you wouldn't say nothing to him, but you want to say something to Kwame Brown only, right? Kwame laughing at me, but Lexi gets paid per show more than he make on YouTube in a month, and he thinks it's funny. Now Lexi's sitting up here fired. See, Lexi's fired. But yeah, he was Mr. Big Time talking, wasn't he? Look at Mr. Big Time. I said, is that a good thing? You see what it says right there, right? Is that a good thing? You paying somebody who brings zero value to your show. Because I already know Lexi should have been gone. Oh, I wasn't wrong about that. No, I knew. He was like, she comes twice a month. Yeah. I'm like, you bringing someone who brings zero value to your show. She comes twice a month. Yeah. Cool. Good for Lexi to get a free bag. Your value of ours is different. That makes you such a good boss. You wonder why they cutting costs on your show. Who cut costs? See, now you're making things up. We get paid the same. We get paid the same to work less until February. Look, he laughing. He think it's a joke. He thinking all of this is a joke. We told him this was coming. He laughing his ass off, right? Now let's see this. He's laughing. I said, Underdog is cutting costs. Did you go from 4 shows to 2 shows? We're not per episode, sir. We're monthly. Okay, so they cut you from 2 to 4, and in February they will say bye-bye. 20 shows or 2 shows. Till no shows. 2 shows now to 3 shows next month. Then when football is over, 4 to 5 shows. So, yeah, we getting cut again. You should say that. We getting cut in February. It won't be no more episodes. Let's see you get that 2-year, $50 million deal you was talking about. Don't back off that now. You see what I'm saying? You see, this is what we talk about, Mr. 50%. This is what we was talking about. This is what we talking about. When you don't control nothing. When you don't have any control, buddy, this is.
And this like Sino was saying, this is exactly what we were talking about. Everybody gonna have a dumb face because it's all fun and games and champagne when the check's coming, but we trying to do things so the checks don't ever stop. That's the thing we talking about. Checks don't ever stop. Slow and steady, you know. Horses that shit fast don't shit long. Something like that.
What we were talking about. When you don't have control and it controls you, there's no guarantees. You could be fired like that. You put your destiny in another person's hand who got their hand on the switch. We see what's the writing on the wall. So now as you see with these firings coming in there, yeah, they cutting costs. And you in here bragging about what Lexi get in 1 month over Kwame Brown. Now she get nothing for no months because now she's fired. So who making more now, Kwame or her? You see how stupid you see now? Now you see how dumb your statements were when I was trying to tell you everything that was going on. But we'll see what happens. It's only a couple more months remaining before decisions are made where you go on and pivot to do something else. And we'll see what happens with Underdog because it's only so much money they're going to keep throwing into a show. And they saying, well, that's just in the February. Then when February is over, then it's still basketball. Then we're going to take over. So I said, okay, so they putting all this money in the Skip show. Then they just going to expand your show, fire 2 black women. And then this is it. Okay, like I said, prove me wrong, Bama. I'm like this.
So wait, the owner of the show got to wait to Skip Bayless get out the way? He the owner. He the number 1 show. He didn't do nothing wrong. He the number 1 basketball show. But he got to wait for Skip Bayless to move? If he the number 1 basketball show, why is he being penalized and why he got to wait on Skip Bayless to get out of the way? Like, that's crazy.
You got to show me. I'm somebody you're going to have to show. That's the state we in now, because those are the stakes. You feel me? Those are the stakes we in. If people would take the time to reach out to get their full potential, then you will see and be able to understand it. But now you see what's going on here. So we'll wait and see how it plays out. Meanwhile, I'm out. One Crack News. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank KB for popping up, blessing us again with his presence. Don't forget to join my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life, and we are out the door.
Madison Square Garden, the Chicago Bulls, and the New York Knicks. It's the magical, mystical Jordan Road Tour, 1995. The Bulls are 2-2 since his return, and one of the most asked questions in America, most often asked, is how is Michael doing? How is his return? Is he as good now as he was before? Well, I think you have to look at it this way, Bob. He's only a few ticks away in each category from his career stats. Now, right there, you see for 9 years, the minutes, the shot attempts, the foul shot attempts, and his percentages. Now, look.
Damn, you walk out for 1 second, they go to Michael Jordan. No, I had to go get my goddamn jacket. But that's it. We tried to warn him. But when you don't listen, you want to build your own infrastructure so that you can control the infrastructure and you don't have to worry about this situation like this. It's unfortunate that those two sisters lost their job. Hopefully they land someplace new. More power to them. But this is what happens when a person set it up based on money. It was a good money play. He made a lot of money. He set out to do what he wanted to do, which was make money. And that's cool. But these deals that's loaded with just money, we're trying to say that these are not the best deals to take because of this reason right here. Now people are out of work. It's Christmas time. You don't never want to see somebody going out of work at any time, but especially not around the holidays. You bring stress to parents around the holidays, and then they bring stress to their children. So this is an unfortunate situation for sure. But y'all have a wonderful day. I have to jump up out of this thing. I'm gone. Appreciate everybody. I'm up out of this thing.